Welcome. My name is Kat. I'm your host. And here at Sensual Insights, we talk about connections and intimacy between couples. So let's get into it. So today we're going to be talking about the honeymoon phase. So, what is the honeymoon phase? The honeymoon phase is that time at the beginning of a relationship where everything is fun, everything is rosy, and it seems like you guys can just take over the world. And it usually lasts between 6 months and 2 years. And I don't think I've met a couple that has hit the 2 year mark with the honeymoon phase still strong and good. But hey, if you have, comment down below. Let's chat about it. So the honeymoon phase, yes, is that time where the person is so much fun. The person, everything about the person you're getting to know is just fun. The quirks, the little sounds they make, the way they eat, is just everything is fun, right? Even the sex is just out of this world. You're trying new things. You are willing to do whatever for your partner, right? And it's it's fascinating because you're getting to know the person. This is a whole new person that also does not know your deepest darkest anything, and it feels like every story you're telling is new. It feels like every experience is the first time, every kiss is the first time, you know it just feels like you're starting over. It's like you're being given a new lease of life to do things right. And if you're me, like me, I went through a phase where I was just studying about relationships, how to do this right, how to. I was like a how-to girl, and it it helps to a point, but it got annoying after some time. Where I would just like ask questions. I got this book, and looking back now, it's just like, why did you do that? But I got this book called 101 Questions to Ask Before You Get Engaged, right? And I just asked my partner at the time a question each day, and we would get into this how like getting to know each other thing, and it was fun on my side, but on his side, it wasn't. So yeah, so that is the honeymoon phase. Fun filled, stuff where you just like you're really excited about knowing this person. You're really excited about who this person is. You want to know every single thing, where they lived, who they dated, how many people they had sex with, if you are into that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's the honeymoon phase. So, what happens when the joy of meeting a new person, or the joy of their quirks, the joy of somebody breathing a little too loud, or somebody eating their food in a way that you just don't understand? How do we go from, oh my god, you're so cute, to, oh, can you stop doing that? That is really annoying. Like something happens in between that. And usually it's because reality, I don't want to say reality because like everything is just reality. It's kind of like the euphoria of it, whatever the hormones are that are just being activated by the honeymoon phase, kind of start to turn down, and then you get into the real world of things, like, oh, you breathe too loud. That's kind of annoying. Where like you don't actually stop loving the person or stop wanting to, but that euphoria, those rose colored glasses are off now, and you kind of like, okay, yeah, mm, I'm done with now. You now when somebody is like, okay, we can go out and drink every weekend. Now you're like, hey, can we stay in? We are wasting money. Or can we stay in and just let it be the two of us? And sometimes after the honeymoon phase is over, you actually get to see that there's nothing that's connecting you. The sparks were the thing that was connecting you. And sometimes once the euphoria has dimmed down a little bit, you kind of be like, this is my person. I'm quite content with the way this is going, right? So it can go either way. So yeah, how do we go from eat? I don't really think there's an explanation of how that happens. It just does. It's like starting a new job. You're so eager. You're so ready to just show yourself. And once you get into the culture of it, once you get acclimated to the culture of that office or that industry or whatever you are in, you kind of find yourself doing what the people are doing. Where if people like slacking off, you somehow find yourself slacking off. People like to gossip, you find yourself gossiping. You acclimate to the environment. So I think that is what happens. You kind of acclimate. Like once the euphoria dies down, it's kind of like, okay, so where is this going? We can't be having sex 24/7 like before. We can't be having sex. We can. But you get to that point where it's no longer exciting to just do things randomly. You don't plan things where you don't, so it kind of gets boring. And you start wanting to know if this person is responsible or whatever. So another question that I kind of ask myself, and I don't know if people do this, but does every relationship have a honeymoon phase? And looking at the kind of relationships you've been in or the people you've dated, whatever dating means to you also, have you experienced the honeymoon phase with that person? And personally, no. And I found that the people that I was having like a honeymoon phase with, once the craziness stopped, and I looked at the person, I was like, no, this is not the way I want to live my life. And then the other person is like, but you're no longer, I'm like, hey. I can do that, but not all the time. I can, but not always. So we need to have like a clear plan of what is happening here. The craziness of we're out every weekend, we're having sex in stupid places where we can get caught. We're just spending money like money grows on trees. We're just doing things. And also, this thing, I don't know if it's a honeymoon phase or it's a thing that guys do where they impress a woman with money, but they cannot maintain it. Don't do that. I was listening to a video today that just said like, if you're looking at a woman, right? You're looking at a woman and you see that she is kept, like her lashes are on, her makeup is on, her clothes are fine. She's probably driving or she goes out every now and then takes, like, you see that this woman can spend money on herself, and you are the type of man that does not want to do that. Why are you going after this person? Right? And some men have the opposite thing where they find you just being you in your natural state of I do what I can, I'm getting by, and then they want to impress you with money. And when you take the bait, they are like 3 months in or 6 months into the relationship, they can't keep that up. Like, can we not? I don't know. I don't know what it's called. I don't know if it's the honeymoon phase or it's just like, I don't know. But yeah, so guys, that is the honeymoon phase. It's a fun, thrilling time, and this is where you probably have. I was gonna say the best sex of your life, but I've also found, like in the, you know, when you get out of the honeymoon phase and you reach a point where you guys are like solid, where the quiet moments also are exciting to you, or the quiet moments are cherished, and you get to see the other side of a person without them being euphoric about being around you or knowing you. And also understand that the honeymoon phase doesn't mean you're gonna know everything about the person. You wanna know the good things. You wanna know, this other guy called it the representative. Yes. Apparently, dudes, when they meet a girl, they bring their representative, meaning the good sides of them, the good stuff, all the things that tick the boxes. That's what they present to a girl. And yeah. So after the honeymoon phase, that's when you get to see the real person. Like, okay, outside of you being the perfect man, who are you? Aside of you being the woman who cooks and cleans for me, who comes over to my house and washes everything, can you maintain this 2 years down the line? In whatever situation we're in, whether we're married or we're not married, can you still be this person? And even women do that. They do have a representative if they want the handsome guy that they have a representative. So excuse me, you have to ask yourself, after the honeymoon phase is done, or from experience, after the honeymoon phase has died down, what happens? Are you still attracted to your person? Are you still willing to find out who they are outside of euphoria? Are you willing to find out who they are when you're not naked 24/7 whenever you're close to each other? Are you willing to find out who they are when they are going through the roughest, toughest time of their life? Are you willing to be that person that holds their hand in the hospital bed, outside of a lawyer's office, when outside, in all the darkest moments that you can think of? Can you hold your person's hand? And can you allow yourself to be held when you're going through those moments? Because sometimes we have people, and I'm guilty of this, who are there for others, but they don't like, they feel like they are a burden when somebody's being there for them. So after the honeymoon phase is gone, after the euphoria has died down, after the joy, the exhilaration, the fun times, the adventures have dissipated to a point, are you still gonna look at your person and be like, I fucks with you, hey? I really do. I really fucks with you. Are you gonna be like, yeah, I like this person. I love this person. Like, yeah, they snore, but I'd rather hear that than silence, you know? So yeah, that was my little nugget on the honeymoon phase. And not every couple goes through it. Look, when it comes to relationships, no one thing is not a one size fits all situation. Yeah. People are different, people experience things differently. So when it comes to relationships, you either go through the honeymoon phase or you don't. And if it works for you to be going through the honeymoon phase and then later on settle down into each other and you're still working, great for you. If you guys are just like, okay, going through the rough patches at the beginning and then somewhere, somehow, you just in this honeymoon euphoria situation, and it works for you, that is great. Whatever works for two people, that is fine. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have for you today. If you enjoy these kind of topics, if you like my little nuggets, remember, I'm not a relationship coach. I am just here to start conversations. So if you like what you hear, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I post every day, and I'll see you here again tomorrow. Yay? Yes. So yeah, subscribe, click the notification bell, share with your friends, talk about it, keep it going. Make it a chain mail. You know those ones. Till next time, stay curious and stay naughty.